footprints behind. Don't forget to respect for pain. Drowning pain, I lost my mind. There's no good about in there. Drowning gain, I lost my mind. There's no good about in there. Drowning pain, I lost my mind. There's no good about in there. Drowning gain, I lost my mind. There's no good about in there. Vanish into dark. Future now and past. Vanish into dark. When it all mixes up. Vanish into dark. It's the sweet smell of death. Vanish into dark. Triple hope never speaks out. Path to liberty, compress the sky. The broken world will cry for humanity. I once had some sweet memories. Each world remains all the same. How can I remember those moments, sweetheart? Tell me, tell me. If there's a man who can make anything, give me the tools to live in the past. It's all gone down so deep I can't see anymore. If that's not the way to go, let me carve your way. I'm in the shadow, always with you. All day today, the same day has come. A different day from everyone. It's like my time was frozen still. I grew past my Adam's background. Well, the smell from that cafe makes me hungry. I knew all about it. It's like my time was frozen still. Not much, no problem, even if the world doesn't change. I'm a clown that don't have shades. My boss was out of them. Out of the box. Out of the box. Out of the box.
I thought that joke was funny. Hi, yes, hello. Shit's about to get... Tales of Loss. There we go, I saw it coming this time. Shit's about to get real, isn't it? Isn't it? Should I be afraid? I feel afraid. And fire? Oh? Yeah, I should be scared, shouldn't I? I feel scared. Last we left off, something happened, which doesn't usually happen in Final Fantasy XIV. Usually, nothing happens, but something happened, which is different. I also just realized, despite being on starting soon for 15 minutes, I should probably turn my lights on so that I'm not in pitch darkness once the sun goes down. I'm so ready! I have 15 minutes! I had 15 minutes to plan and be ready and not have anything to do once I started, and I still forgot to turn my lights on. It's fine. It's a little... Also, my fan is on full blast, and to be honest, fuck it. Hit login before standing up, you goof. I know, but hey... It's only 37 people. It's fine. Also, I hope you can appreciate... I'm rotated incorrectly. There we go. I hope you can appreciate the environmental storytelling. Do you have any questions about what I've been doing so much recently? This is called the Guilty Gear Strive board game. You might be wondering why I was playing the Guilty Gear Strive OST leading into this. And it's because I have been tirelessly sleeving. Each of these boxes is about 35 cards. I've sleeved 8 boxes, and there's 20 decks. So if you have any questions about why the Guilty Gear Strive OST specifically, it's because I've been in a bit of a mood recently due to a little bit, just a touch of, Did I miss the zone login screen? Should I go log off and log back in? Oh my god. Last thing, I promise. I'm so ready. There we go. I turned the fan down. Okay, now I promise. I'm in. I'm locked in. There's no reason to get up anymore. No, I'm fine. Last we left off, everything went to shit. Medion might be possessed by a demon. I don't know. Some weird shit's going on. And we are firmly on the slide to hell. So, should we get going on that? Should we enjoy that ride? I think so. Right. Let's see if we can track down the good little bird with anxiety. Where did she go? Is that a sparkly? I see a sparkly. Oh, Emmett, what are you doing over here? Can I call you Emmett? We're friends, right? We're friends, right? You have to be the one to find her and Deca follow her voice? Well, thanks. I'll make sure she's not 5 feet to your right real quick before I go run and check a tree. Oh yeah, I never turned the game audio up. Thank you, Bryce. I was very careful to turn it down to be ready for, Tales of Loss, but still. Right, God, that is... Oh my god, I love your eyes! Oh, this creature design is awful. Oh, that... Wait a second. I wonder if I can see a black wall if I stare down their throat. Because it could be done with a shader. But I want to know... No, I can't tell. If there's a black orb in there, I can't see it. Cool. I just wanted to see how they stitched that model together because staring down a throat is pretty difficult. How? Oh yeah, that's right, depression, I forgot. How did it come to this? Is this the reason we traveled the stars? Why we sought out other life forms? Is this it? Is this the answer? No, it cannot be. It cannot be! I'm doing my best. Voice drifts away to the south. Alright. We got more Meteon to find. I don't need to sprint. I can just go. Well, I was wondering when our level 87 dungeon would hit. Maybe we just get to kill all of Meteon's sisters right now. I don't know. Just a little bit of a warm-up by slaughtering a bunch of Meteons. Also, I just kind of assume I'm pronouncing that name wrong. If I were the devs, I would put her on top of the hill for maximum ambiance, but I've been wrong about that a lot of times before this. Alright. Give me ambiance? No! Because I can tell, because we're lower than this because of the AoE thing. Oh shit. Are we entering Mist? With a Y? Hello, I'm gonna be honest with you, buddy. I think we're gonna see some shit today. Oh, here we go. You can find the origin story for Gabu in this zone. Fantastic. Compiling a report for dissemination to Hermes and all peoples of Aetheris. Processing expedition data. Preparing profiles on intelligent civilizations. Formulating answers to the question. Finalizing report. No, Deca, you mustn't listen. Well, we can't be alone. It's wrong. It's wrong. Meteon's English voice flees towards the lake. Any signs of Meteon? Yeah, she seems sad though. Panicked and confused. Which would make it all the more difficult to predict her movements. Oh, how pragmatic of you. Hermes, what do you make of this situation? Well, the media are linked to a single mind. A shared consciousness which, I just realized I cut my finger, which connects them across any distance. I suspect something has happened which disrupted its usual harmony. How might we access this shared consciousness of theirs? Much as you would approach any sentient being. Directly. In the media's case, that means speaking to any incarnation within physical reach. So unless we can track down the Meteon we just lost, we have no means to communicate with them. No way of knowing what befell her sisters. No way to provide directions or guidance. Then we best set our musings aside and concentrate on how we might find her. I'm trying so hard. My voice acting is not good today. I feel like I missed something. We must be clever about this. It's a shame there's no registered concept we could just create another Meteon. I like not the picture which emerges from these latest pieces. God bless you, Vanat. You're so smart. Oh, my dear Meteon. What did you witness out there that frightened you so? Why do you seek to keep it from us? How terrible could it possibly be? Correct me if I'm wrong, but Meteon renders herself invisible by matching her etheric density to that of her surroundings, does she not? If so, could we not disrupt her concealment with our surfeit of ether? Much how Emmett Selk solidified your presence when first we met you. Oh, don't be absurd. I can hardly channel ether to a recipient whose whereabouts are hidden from me. Which is why we must all work together. Deca will continue the search in the same manner as before, but this time with you in tow. Once he ascertains Medion's likely location, you proceed to reveal our wayward familiar with a swift ethereal downpour. Very clever. And thankfully, she's made herself easier to capture by fleeing towards Leith. Assuming she is made visible, it should prove no great feat to herd her into a corner. Then we have our plan. Dekka and Emmett Selk will be our tracker and trapper, respectively, while we others predict and obstruct Medion's avenues of escape. Emmett Selk and I will keep an eye on each other's ether to help coordinate our efforts. Let's be about it. Oh yeah, because if there's one thing we should do with a panicked person, it's trap them. Well, it seems we are partners for the time being. Let us return to where we last saw Medion and pick up the trail from there. I'll keep myself in a state of preparedness, ready to rain down ether at a moment's notice. Meaning it falls to you to keep the way clear. Alright. It feels decidedly weird to be heading on and about with him itself. He was very receptive to us saying that he goes mad and tries to kill everyone. Really, they all were. I can only hope to live a life where if someone tells me I try to kill everybody, I'm a little bit more suspicious. Nothing this way? We try another route then. What other path is there? Oh. Emmett, me boy, you don't have any ideas, right? Why can't I fly? Are my functions being restricted? Hide, yes. I'll just have to hide then, when no one can find me. Yes, Ingrid's voices hide towards the water edge. She went to the lake? As if this wasn't tiresome enough. Well, at least that open expanse should make her easier to find. We won't lose her this time. Alright, buddy, do you have any opinions on getting your little pretty cloak wet? Hopefully not. Let's find out. We should be able to reach the bottom of this drop by climbing down the rocks to the water's edge. Do not even think of dragging me over the falls. Final days or no, if I end up drenched from head to toe, I swear I will feed you to a remora. I'm a little bit sad he didn't have dialogue. I really wanted that to be more dramatic, but I don't know what I was expecting. I'm also very thankful I don't actually have to dive into the water. That would be such a pain in the butt. Also, I didn't know what a remora is, but apparently it's these. Let me guess, am I going to go, this is a neat character design, and then it's like, oh, this is actually from another area? You just don't remember it? As long as it's not from the Heavensward raids. Yeah, it's neat. It reminds me of a Yu-Gi-Oh card. He does small talk to him. Alright. He's just talking about being in the water, which is neat. I didn't know that he had different dialogue based on location. I just assumed everyone had the same dialogue. Not here. I'm not here, please. There she is. Ignore her pleas for help. Get her ass. By that rock, is she? Very well. What? Why can't I hide? There's no need to run, Medion. It's okay, buddy. I'm not disappointed. Dekka? What are you saying? Everything is so faint. I'm sorry. I'm not strong enough. Stay away, I'm begging you. Don't make me say it. Oh, it'll break him. His poor, fragile heart. You know, considering I know Faye Daniel has gone absolutely fucking mad, now we have a chance. Once the others are in position, the two of us can herd her into their midst. It would be pretty weird for Emmett to be all gung-ho. Or, no. Did we know about Fandaniel before he was celebrating that everyone was dead? Or that the three, non-fractured ones, I forget the term for it. Emmett, Selk, Lahabre, and whoever the last one was. Elidibus. Oh, I should probably talk to you for dialogue, shouldn't I? Do you have anything interesting to say? The Dace and I will coordinate our movements. Neat. You keep on that, buddy. Oh, not the teleporter. Alright, before I investigate that, any opinions, buddy? Is this Naeus non-use? Seems to have been left to the mercy of the elements. Either way, it bears no trace of Medion's essence. We move on. Where is she? There! I see her! How many of these cutscenes are we gonna have? Oh my god. Now, where to close the trap? Is it appropriate to call her squirrely? She feels very squirrely. I know, wrong furry subclass, but like, it's accurate. You can't deny that it's accurate. Good job, me. Ah, yes, the tower in the middle. We should have guessed. I assume. I don't know yet. Maybe it won't be that. Nope, it's that. Is that a voiced cutscene camera I see? I think it is.
Aha! Give chase. We shall herd her into the shelter.
There's no better trap than a gazebo. He is not very empathetic. Well, it's a good thing at least that she doesn't want to swim. You fool. Now, Medion, what did you get on your report card?
Please, Mission. We must speak.
Meteon.
I'm sorry, Hermes. I'm so sorry. If someone can hear these words, then please... please protect them. Protect them all.
Individual self-suspended. Connection with shared consciousness stable. Our survey is complete. We shall now report our findings. All units safely arrived at their respective destinations. Seeking answers to Hermes' question, we attempted to make contact with the intelligent denizens of each star. Results are as follows, in order of numerical code. Enna. Traces of civilization found. Structures believed to have served as domiciles. No extant life forms detected. Dio. Ruined remnants of buildings scattered across star, surface of which is encased in ice. Presence of life could not be verified. Tria. Evidence of large population centers, akin to cities, recovered. No extant life forms found, only their lingering essence.
I don't have a pen! Shit! I got it! I got it!
Tessera. Edifices surmised to be abandoned residences found. No extant life forms detected. Deadly plague or extreme environmental degradation likely to have led to mass extinction.
They are all dead.
Octo. Star found in state of violent conflict. Contact successfully made with inhabitants, but deployment of weapons of mass destruction resulted in total annihilation of local population shortly thereafter. Inea. Star is a barren desert. No identifiable flora found. Bones of living beings resembling men discovered beneath sands, but determination regarding their intelligence inconclusive.
Remind me, Hermes, what exactly was the question you entrusted to Meteion?
I tasked her with asking what others live for. What gives their lives meaning.
Did you consider what may happen if the premise of the question is flawed? To be able to answer it, one must be living and desire to continue doing so. But if Meteion finds no living beings in the course of her journey, or none who desire to live, what then? What answers would she derive from their silence?
Meteion, enough! Suspend your mission and return hither at once.
Decapente. Local civilization once flourished under auspices of higher power. Said power later laid waste to civilization in fit of rage.
Is that coincidence, or did some player character who named the character Balls Deep just have, like, the funniest moment of their lives? You know? Like... Is it coincidence that's my first name, or was that on purpose? It's probably coincidence, right?
Upon revealing this to me, entity elected to self-terminate in lieu of providing answer to question. No other intelligent life forms found.
That's a pretty great coincidence. That gave me like a whole like, wait, stop, but no, we're good.
Turning a deaf ear, are we? We are taking Meteion back to Amarot. As I understand, we will need her if we are to bring back all of her sisters.
Oh, Emetzel, please don't make it worse.
Yes. Meteion.
Oh, I didn't notice. Were all those worlds like prefixes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
It
etc.?
isn't right, is it? It isn't right to turn away from the answer. Even if the answer is pain. Even if we aberrations must scream ourselves hoarse to be heard.
Oh no.
Aye. Whatever answers we find, I will not dismiss them out of hand. These words I said to you, and I will hold myself to them.
Hermes.
What is the meaning of this?
You cannot take Meteion, not until she has finished her report. All else must wait.
You fool!
Eh. I think Gilbert Gottfried said it better, buddy. You know what that moment's gonna be in my note? He's gonna be that he absconds with Meteion. That's a great word, absconds. Anyway, we're fucked, aren't we? Oh no. Oh, he just transformed. Oh yeah, that is rude. That's just the equivalent of like him stripping down naked in front of us, isn't it? Whoops. Yeah, I wouldn't know what to say either. If all Hermes means to do is listen to Meteion's report, then it is in his right to do so. But once he receives the answer to his question, what then? The fate of the world may very well hinge upon the choice he makes in that moment. And we must be there when he makes it. Why, Hermes? Why could you not leave well enough alone? Will these answers assuage the pain you feel when the creation is returned to ether? Have you never cast your accursed questions to the distant stars? You may have one day learned to be at peace upon this one. Oh my god. Oh no. Hermes is headed to Keatsis. Considering the expansive dimensions of the place, even we may have a difficult time locating his ether. All I can say is that he entered from the rooftop and likely arrived at the uppermost point of the facility. So, do we pursue him? Of course we pursue him! No matter what Hermes might be thinking, Meteion is a potential threat that needs to be brought under our control. The Convocation's duty to safeguard this star takes precedence over any personal stake in the matter. Venat, Dekka. It is clear we stand on a precipice, but we've yet to determine beyond a shadow of a doubt that Meteion's is the hand which tips us over the edge. Nevertheless, if we are to learn the truth of the final days, we must... Shit. We don't have to shit. We must give chase. And even if neither Hermes nor Meteion is ultimately responsible, we cannot leave them to suffer this torment alone. Agreed to all counts. To Keatsis Hyperborea we go. Alright. I got mooned? Did I miss something? Oh, with him transforming. Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of them just teleport me too. I do want to reread some of what Meteion just said, though. Identifiable flora found. Under auspices of higher power, said power God. Oh man, that's sad. So on the 10th world, God destroyed the world, regretted it, and then killed himself? Jesus Christ. I miss like the look of this. Ooh, do we get to do a dungeon with Emmett, Selk, Hythalodeus, and Vinod in tow? Because, ooh. Judging from the crowd, something is afoot. Did anything come to mind while Medion was giving her report? I assume previous Final Fantasies or something. What have we here? Excuse me, has something happened inside Keatsis? Mistress Vinod, I'm so glad you're here. No one knows what prompted it, but the alarm was sounded and Keats put into a state of alert. Procedure dictated that we evacuate immediately, and we've yet to investigate further. This is Hermes doing, obviously. And what does this state of alert entail exactly? A field of dampening magic is draped over the entire facility, usually in response to escaped entities and the like. Keats' scholars and observers are unaffected, but everything and everyone else is weakened to a fraction of their usual capabilities. Then consider us forewarned. We do, however, have urgent business with Chief Hermes, and must enter the premises regardless. That said, if Hermes is willing to enact such measures, I wonder what other obstacles he's seen fit to drop in our path. With that enfeebling spell in place, we're not like to be at our best, at our fighting best. And I was hardly an effective combatant to begin with. I have little to offer beyond my ethereal vision. Then you will put that talent of yours to good use. You are fairly scared at spotting weaknesses, if I recall. Fairly skilled. Now you've gone and raised everyone's expectations. Is he a bard or something? You all need only to make the most of your strengths, and I will fill in the gaps as required. I was once Azim, after all. 'Twas my job to rise to the occasion, be that as defender, aggressor, or healer. I feel better about my lack of prowess already. There you go, Hythalodeus. You're just like me in an alliance raid. For real, for real. And you, Emmett Silk, can impress us with your arcane mastery. You allow potent spells as easily as breathing, but can also channel that power in a protective manner if you so choose, yes? Well, yes, should the situation call for it. Excellent. That should cover us on all fronts. Try not to enjoy it too much, guys. Your tale led us here, Dekka, so 'tis only right that you lead us now. No matter what lies ahead, we will win through to Hermes and Medion. And then we will face the future together. Alright, fine. Yeah, if that's the line you want to go out on. Keats' Hyperborea. Alright. Well, it's cute that they bothered to make sure that I knew that everyone could be NPCs in this. With eyes of the leeching will be no mean feat. The class was filled top to bottom with savage creatures will not stop you. The moment we met you, our visit. It's like that power with the potential to corrupt either had largely escaped unnoticed. Man, I still don't feel like you're a good guy. Right. I also don't really think his, like, hardcore aggression towards Medion is, like, smart. I think he's being a bit of a dumbass, to be honest. He feels a lot like the project manager that if you don't do everything he says, just makes everything worse. You know? Explicitly, I do not work like with anyone like that. I want to say that explicitly. I want that on the record. Alright. Wait, no,
Come, let us be off.
There you go.
Let's get this over with.
I probably don't... I mean, the previous, like, workaround worked too, but I really want Venat to be the tank. It makes more sense to me. Alright. Here we go. Oh, wow! Oh my god, they ripped off Pokemon. I can't believe it. And before Will's gear breaks off. It'll be fine.
Please, turn back, else I might be forced to.
No, go ahead, buddy. Speak your piece. How bother this is gonna be? Yeah, fair enough. Hey, buddy, if you could get instant hit so that I can run back. Thank you. But not! I've chosen the path of violence.
My blade sings!
This may sting. Slide through.
Okay, yes, I am panic stacking, but not with as
Out
many
of my way.
healing things as I possibly can. Don't worry about it.
Slide through.
Can you withstand this?
And she's fine. There you go, and I think we can all agree to not do that again for at least another 38 seconds. See, I told you it would be fine though. This is cool. I like this. That's neat. That's very, very neat. Oh, I forgot to apply the damage over time to everyone. Oh, there's nowhere to go. Maybe if I run forward, I can just spawn the next wave of enemies. That would make sense. Nah, we'll take it a little bit easier for this wave at least. And all my cooldowns are up, so I can just start some bullshit again. I love it when it works out. For a second there, though, I was like, I put Cardion in her, right? Right? There we go. All good. I should listen. Oh, shit. Y'all, can you hit the Lodeus, really? Anything else here? No. Alright.
I see you opening.
You see me what?
I see you opening.
Oh, thanks. I thought I didn't catch that correctly. It is kind of like, man. Oh, Emmett does his snap as one of his casts. That's cute. They gave him a custom spellcast animation. That's actually great. That's adorable. Wait, does Hythlodaeus have a special animation? I don't know the Bard animations that well, so it doesn't really seem like it.
Fly true.
Oh my god, though. The Venat boss fight, though, it makes sense, though. They were forewarning that she could be a tank, a DPS, or a healer. They were just setting us up for this, obviously. Man, imagine all the research we're destroying by going through. There ain't no choice but force our way. Whee! And, with the benefit of NPCs on my side, I probably won't die to some, AoE I didn't know about. Probably. Presumably. Maybe. I see where his footsteps. Oh, that's cute. Oh, I see. That's cute. And they made comments about it too. They were like, shame about the telltale footsteps. Like, yeah, no, hang on.
Can you withstand this?
That's cute compared to some of the other NPC dungeons where it's very much been like standard dialogue all the way through to the end. I might as well. I don't know. Oh, that one, right? Well, it's trying to fuse us, but we won't be confounded that easily. This is a promising concept. And they teleport. Aw, this is so cute. This is a lot of, like, little work to put into something that does not matter for most people. And will, frankly, only matter to me once. Ow. The attack it just cast was Icicle. Really? Y'all! What the fuck was that? Oh my god, they just let the healer die. Oh, there's a book! I like books. What's up? From Deborah Plains Drop with Jungles. Alright. Well, a quick jog back because some people did not bother to protect the healer. fine, fine, fine. I'll pre-position myself so that they also die. Is the duty definitely best done with NPCs? Apparently fucking not, because with NPCs you can't do the duty because some of them are assholes! Yes, Emmett Selk, I'm talking to you. For the record. Yes. Oh my god. It's gonna take so long to get through this fight again, too. You know what, Venat, you're fine. I'll just cast a regen after they do the AoE.
Hope this works.
Oh, well, I guess that's good timing.
This may sting.
I do want to think, can you imagine submitting,
this?
like going through academic review for this design for a concept to add to the world? Just like standing down in front of someone, basically in front of magical DMV and being like, I have an idea. It's a very buff tiger with abs and rippling muscles, and also it's a biped and very strong arms. Those are important. And just the DMV employee just being like, I know what you are. So, Pokemon, I mean, you're not... No, you are wrong, actually. You're mostly wrong. You're like... 90% wrong, at least. The difference between this character and Incineroar is that Incineroar is a fire type. So it's completely unfair. Oh wait, this is what killed me, isn't it?
Be gone.
Thanks, assholes.
Out of my way.
Alright, as long as it doesn't do the Frostbite and Seek attack again. No, please die while you're in the snow for me. That'd be very funny. Over here. Oh, no. You can't argue with science, but more importantly, you shouldn't argue with me.
I'm not entirely useless.
You find peace in the ethereal sea. Giant buff elemental Tony the Tiger. Do you think they have Tony the Tiger here? Or do you think it's his true name is actually the Fleecomanth Hippogriff or something, and we must call him that from now on? Alright, Venat, I've decided that violence is the best solution, actually. Try not to die while I find more people to try to kill us.
I'm warning you. Stay away.
Good news! Am I okay? Survey says yes, but I did panic and actually cast a healing spell on Venat when I shouldn't have.
I'm not entirely useless.
I see you opening. I see you opening.
Have at you!
Oh, fuck, I should have casted that on Vinat immediately. Oh, I should probably also make sure that she doesn't die while I stop paying attention, because I'm remembering what my buttons do. Okay. I could definitely do better with this. I'm figuring it out bit by bit, but I'm understanding all my buttons as a sage. A lot better than I did with humans. Because human tanks usually are pretty good at keeping themselves alive. Hit flow, you're not useless after all? What's hit flow? Oh, hit the low deus, I assume. I got confused on the basis of you were using an entirely different name. Oh no! Hang on, y'all. I have to glam. Let's see. Cast Glamour. Sophist Bow. Hang on, everyone. Hermes, we will get to you in a minute. Just give me a second. Let's see. Control I. No. I'm hitting all my buttons in a pair. Control Shift I. Close the thing. Control Shift. Oh no! Can I not open my bag? Can I not open my chocobo bag in Oh no! Okay, well that's fine. We are going underprepared on purpose because I'm not taking the robes off. It's fine. They see me opening. They hating. They're mad at me because I keep pulling aggro. Oh, that was convenient. Why couldn't you do that before? Oh god. Oh, for God's sake. I keep accidentally having the wrong person selected. Oh.
Can you withstand this?
Oh, fuck. Oh, I just healed for some reason. Did she heal me? She distracted me so much she might die. Or she's way more competent at this than I gave her credit for.
Be gone!
There's just a little bit of healing opportunity left. Then I don't even think you tried to dodge that. I also stopped healing you. I'm not going to look you in the eyes and say that I was optimal during that fight, but I do feel like you could have held your weight better. Also, I completely fucked up and panicked, and she probably should have died, but it's fine. Right. And we're getting all the loot! We're gonna have so much glams when we get back. Also, this building design is very cool, and I feel like I just sort of blew through it without paying attention. But I love this architecture. It's very nice. My compliments to the boss fight.
Hope this
Mine
works.
is the ether.
That was actually probably unnecessary. It's fine. It's a dungeon mini-boss, it doesn't matter. So what does Pyric Breath do? Oh, fair enough. Everyone got close. What's it doing?
I see you opening.
Oh, geez, was I supposed to pay attention to which heads were glowing or something?
Be gone.
What are those? Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. So in front of it is safe? Yay. See, I'm smart.
Have at you!
Nice and easy, as long as it doesn't do it. Oh no! Oh, I just hit the wrong button entirely. It's fine, everyone's fine.
Have at you!
I'm not entirely useless.
Nope, fuck, whatever. I'm forgetting all my buttons. It's fine, don't pay attention to me. I don't exist.
Can you withstand this?
I wasn't paying attention to which heads were glowing. Fuck. Alright. We're fine. Alright, give me a nice hat. Ah. Well, I do still feel like I just accidentally managed to get like the whole healing set or something from this dungeon, so I'll take it. Ooh!
I cannot let you take Meteion. Not yet.
See, Hermes, this is why we're not dicks to people on purpose.
This way. This. Have at you!
It's like general rule. Alright, it's fine. We just need to kill some birds real quick. What's the worst they can do? I mean, it's probably a pretty safe assumption that God can't die, you know? That'd be a little bit weird. Maybe I should just stab him itself just to see what happens, you know?
Have at you!
Like, we know this is the same timeline because Argos remembered us. So, like, if I stab him, it's not like it can go wrong. I'm immune from consequences, which means I should be allowed to do anything. No. That's the good old new Dawn Trail tool. A AoE, weak as shit, damage over time. Let's go. I am now slightly more useful when dungeon crawling and literally nothing else.
This may sting. Can you withstand this?
At least they're not limit breaking on the random dungeon pulls. So that is something.
This may sting.
I
Can
see
you
you
withstand
opening.
this?
I'll be honest, I thought that was them using a limit break. Alright, how about a quick pause so that my mana can be better than 0? There we go. See y'all, it's nice to do a little bit of planning. I promise I was just like, oh, I can emote people, and then right-clicked and clicked the first emote. I did not mean to pet God during the middle of this. But I will say, it is kind of funny. Ooh! Oh no! Oh, that's bad. I don't want to see the Earth. That means some shit's gonna happen to the Earth.
Hear their answers before they're expunged from existence.
Again, Emmett Selk, I can't.
Have at you.
I probably shouldn't put all the blame on you for this, but I'm gonna put a little bit of blame on you.
Out of my way.
Can you withstand this?
What tank class is Venat anyway? I assume that's Paladin? That would make sense.
Have at you.
It would be pretty funny to, like, meet, like, the Judean Christian god and do a dungeon with him, and then it turns out that they were, like, a berserker or something.
Fly true. Be gone.
So here's a question. Does this spell affect my E? That did 10,000. Okay, so I'm going to have to do another E without that spell active and see how much it does. 2, 1, 0. No, it just did... Wait, did I cast the right thing? It did 12,000 with a crit. I'm not sure how the math works out here. I should try again. What does this affect? The healing actions by 20%. So not that much. It seems like it was true, yeah. Oh, shit. Hey, man. Crazy how we're breathing right now, right? Are we in real space or fake? What's going on right now?
So, it comes to this. I have no wish to fight, but this time, I cannot yield. Though the world may think me a mad, desperate fool, I will hold fast to my conviction.
You're right, this is a building. This is the top floor of the building that was established. Why am I fighting you right now? Is it just because Emmett Selk is an idiot? Is it because you're going insane? I'm not sure your painted is going insane yet. Maybe there'll be a cutscene afterwards where it's like, nope, he's definitely gone insane. It's a little bit fuzzier.
I will have the time and tranquility I require. Gust and gale, gather to me!
This is a sick boss fight, though.
Ancient brand, unleash your power!
Can I assume I don't want to be in front of those? Oh, wait, shit. Oh, I really hope this is out of the way. Okay.
Dancing winds, pierce my foes! Stars on high, fall as rain!
Bro, this is a workplace disagreement. Can you chill out before we get HR involved? Oh, this feels familiar. Oh, no, that's a fake lock, isn't it? God damn it. Okay, fine.
I'm not entirely useless.
Fair enough. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button.
Out of my way.
Oh, God. Fuck, damn it. I should have done better than that. Also, I think that did my vulnerability up, so there's a way to dodge it. Okay, neat. I can do that. The path exits the building and flies up, though. Do we leave the top of the building? It's kind of unclear whether this is, like, leaving the building. Is this the actual exit? Yeah, no, okay, I think that's us leaving Keatsis. Yeah, that would make sense. So no, this is the world. Hitler's saying he's not entirely useless when Will's getting blasted with mechanics. This isn't the worst I've ever played. I'm doing my best. But hey! I'll be fine. I got this. Lex, his name is literally on screen and you've misspelled it twice. What is the name?
I will have the time and tranquility I require.
I was gonna make a joke about his name being the Blade of Light, but I fucked it up too badly.
And gale, gather to me!
That feels like it's probably a little bit too loud for stream. Let me turn
I
this.
see you opening.
Ancient brand, unleash your power!
Fly true.
Dancing winds, pierce my foes!
He does feel like a little bit of a drama nerd. Feels like he
Stars
could.
on high, fall as rain!
Feels like he could be a lot calmer right now. He's just actively choosing not to be.
I see you opening.
Okay, now I just have to dodge mechanics that I wasn't paying attention to last time. Let me go to give this to everyone. Oh, I see. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay. Interrupt, tank interrupt. Oh, thank God. I get it now. I see why I was stupid.
Streams of ether, surge as one!
What? Why did it say quadruple?
Out of my way.
See, I can dodge mechanics. I even managed to count to 4, all on my own. I forgot my buttons. I forgot my buttons and I panicked and I just didn't hit a button. I don't want to talk, actually.
Can you withstand
Do not
this?
underestimate me.
Have at you!
Dancing winds, pierce my foes!
Thank you, Vanat. I appreciate your interrupts so much. The less healing I have to do, the better for all of us.
I'm not entirely useless.
Stars on
My
high,
true name,
fall as rain!
sign all.
Even when transformed. But I
see you.
am not finished yet.
Alright, buddy, GG. I did it. I prevented the final days. It's over. We're fine. We're fine.
No! My power!
The next 4 levels of this expansion are going to be perfectly fine. Okay, as long as M itself doesn't just like straight up execute Meteon right now, I think we'll be okay. We'll just pick Hermes up. We'll say, sorry, buddy. It was all a misunderstanding. We'll have a frank discussion about workplace etiquette. Like, you know, I think there's room for us to be friends. Ooh, wait, was that a pet? Did I just get like a little sea snake friend or something? Oh god, I have so many shit I should probably be using. I can't do it here. Alright, fair enough. Oh wait, I should have went and talked to Meteon before I left. Sup?
It's over, Hermes. In the name of the Convocation, I hereby take Meteon into custody.
You're a fucking idiot.
And setting aside the matter of your nomination, you will come with us too. We require your knowledge to assess and resolve the situation.
Meteon, I am so sorry. With that, I could have listened to your report in full. Reflected upon its meaning and conveyed it to others. That they might reconsider their chosen course. But I have failed. And that wish will never be realized. However, ere our fates become the province of others, I bid you tell me just one thing. Was there happiness in those distant stars? Was there a reason for living?
We conducted our search as per your instructions. We scoured historical records, communed with the spirits of the deceased, heard the final testaments of the dying, welcomed their shadowed hearts into our own. One race had striven to create a world bereft of animosity. They renounced relationships to avoid interpersonal strife, and in so doing brought about societal collapse. One race had renounced war and devoted itself to the enrichment of its people. They were conquered. Though they destroyed the enemy in reprisal, they could not regain their former glory. One race had concluded that finite time was the root of all woes. Aspiring to shatter its shackles, they went in search of infinity. They discovered nothing is infinite, and that neither time or death can be cheated. Disillusioned, they gave up on the future and themselves. One race had discarded all things that gave rise to sorrow, hoping to have only joy. They found joy lost its savor in the absence of sorrow, and lost their will to live. Though worlds apart, these peoples shared a belief. The belief that they had tried their best. That they had tried to fulfill their potential with every step and success. In the course of which, they learned the truth. That they would never be free of fear and sorrow, anger and despair, of loneliness, so long as they yet lived. Even now their souls cry out for oblivion. And to this song of anguish, I lend my voice. We lend our voice. Oh, beloved mankind, shimmering jewels of beautiful Etheris, rejoice, for we will free you from the cruel yoke of existence. There is no need to struggle in vain, for in nihility awaits salvation. You will know peace and serenity, and it will be beautiful. We will make our nest at the edge of the universe, and there in the dark of dead worlds hoard sorrow and suffering. There we will sing, our chorus ever louder and ever clearer, that our song may reach even this ether-shrouded star. Such is the answer we have found in the stars. Such is the gift we now offer to Etheris.
Who are you to decide our fate? To decree we live or die? Have you lost your mind? You heard what she said. She means to destroy us all, yet you'd still take her side?
In the name of the star, we have discarded those creations that we deemed flawed. If we ourselves are flawed, does it not stand to reason that we too should be discarded?
That is sophistry, and you know it!
Perhaps it is. Perhaps I am wrong. But who is to say that you are right? Let us settle this with a determination.
Don't
In my authority as Chief Overseer of Elpis, I will make a judgment on man's fitness to exist. If he can learn to value all life and retain his will to live, even should his end be justified, he will surely find a way to avert his demise. If not, he will perish from the start. As with all determinations, provisions must be made to ensure fairness. Kairos! Awaken!
Memory reconfiguration system Kairos activated. Awaiting instruction.
Command. Universal memory alteration. Target area. Catesis Hyperborea. Starting point. Arrival of Emmett Selk of the Convocation at Propylion. Endpoint. The present. Erase the memories of all events and replace with a vague recollection of the following. I was here, preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to Emmett Selk and Hithodeus. Meteon's shared consciousness became unstable. She and her sisters could not sustain their existence, and all dissipated with a burst. The resultant shockwave accidentally triggered Kairos, which erased several days of memories from all present. Execute.
Command acknowledged. Initializing. 3 processes remaining to execution.
Bravo. I dare say one would be hard-pressed to make it fairer. Everything that you told us, everything that has happened, the fact we've even met, it will all be gone.
Go, Meteon. To the edge of the universe, where none can reach you.
Hermes, won't you come with me? If you were to shed your flesh, I should be able to carry you.
I will remain. As a man, I will oppose the oblivion you bring.
Silly fool. Had you said yes, I would have granted you the gentlest end.
This ends here!
Fly, Meteon!
That is far enough, Hermes!
Argos, to me!
First process complete. 2 remaining to execution of memory reconfiguration.
As if we needed more pressure. No matter what, you cannot forget what happened today. For it is the key to saving your future. Your world. This fight is our fight. What comes after, our problem to contend with. Not yours. No. Your own struggle awaits. And no one else can take your place. You must flee this place with your memories intact. And I will see that you do. Now then, where is it? There you are, my little confluence.
Almost! Oh! Very well, then. You may elude us this day, but not forever.
Meteon's gotten away.
Second process complete. One remaining to execution.
Ugh. No time for brooding. Listen well. Beyond lies a spatial confluence that connects the interior sections of this building. I will destroy the confluence and force open a way outside. When I do, you must jump through.
I cannot tell you how sorry I am. But neither can I let you escape!
Too brave by half. Exemplary work, as always, Emmett Selk.
What? But how? I thought the confluence was... over...
Over there? Yes. We were rather hoping you would.
It was never anywhere but where it is now. The instant those two began making their way towards nothing, 'twas clear the plan was a diversion.
I'm quite incapable of destroying a confluence, I must confess.
A gambit brazen beyond words. Though we've grown accustomed to reckless improvision due to the antics of an incorrigible associate. Though, in the case of certain present company, incorrigible is an understatement. Honestly, I'm beginning to suspect it's a requirement for every Azen. There's no time! Quickly! Even now, I do not believe your tale. I would not suffer us to walk such a wretched path. Still, if it must be said, do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
Final process complete. Executing universal memory alteration.
Go, Argos! I'm fine. Just a little tired.
Checking something real quick. Let's see. Instruction command, universal memory alteration, target area keeps this hyperborea. Okay.
Can it be true? Are we the only ones left who see beauty in the world? In life? Are the stars above no more than husks of fallen civilizations? And yet, I feel her. Though she is unimaginably distant, I feel Meteon's presence, and the place where to we must go. Ere she made good her escape, I placed an enchantment upon her, one which allows us to follow her trail. She has already left the outermost bounds of Aetheris, and continues on her way. Given the vastness of the universe, it will still be no easy feat to track her down. But thanks to Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus, all is not lost. We remember. So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
Waiting until the end of the cutscene, so what now?
What indeed? Let us begin by ascertaining the situation at Catesis Hyperborea, where the others should still be. Given the likely state of their memories, however, it would be imprudent for us to approach them directly. In which case... I am sorry, my friend. I've asked much of you this day. But may I trouble you one last time? Argos will investigate in our stead. We will share in his consciousness and see and hear as if we were with him. Now, close your eyes and open your mind.
Thank goodness you are unharmed.
Unharmed? There is a gaping hole in my memories. I can scarcely remember arriving here in Elpis.
Forgive me. I was preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to our guests. But Meteon, her shared consciousness became unstable. And she...
So, that's what prompted the state of alert. And when you went to investigate, you were caught in Kairos's accidental operation.
So it would seem. It's all a blur to me.
Such an unfortunate accident. Oh, and what of Venar and your other companion? You went inside together, as I recall.
We did?
If Venar was with us, I have no recollection of it. But that there is her familiar, is it not? The fellow seems happy enough, so I think it's safe to assume his mistress is well. I haven't the slightest notion who this other companion might be, however.
Ah, well, that individual struck me as a bit different, for want of a better word.
Hey.
Perhaps it wasn't actually a person, but some manner of creation.
Curious. I must ask Venara about it when next we meet.
Yes, yes, you do that. Now, if we may tend to Hermes, whatever this Meteon did, it seems he bore the brunt of it. Once you are fit to travel, you will return with us to Amarot. We need to make certain there are no other ill effects. Also, I am here on business of the 14. We've already had the conversation, like as not, but since your toy wiped my memory, we'll have to have it again.
Yes, of course. As you see fit.
This Kairos, it manipulates memories through the emission of etheric waves, correct? There is a theory which holds that memories scoured by blasts of ether are restored when the soul is cleansed in the underworld. If true, then perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
I doubt aught of interest occurred. Look forward to the revelation if you like, but I should prefer to reminisce on more meaningful moments.
But wouldn't that mean that wouldn't that mean do the acids not return to the ethereal sea whenever they were killed unless we like killed them with a super big burst of ether energy? Did Emmett Silk just have a perfect KD until we killed him? Okay, that aside.
Let us rest. If only for a while. After all, you and I... Oh, we still have a long, long way to go.
Okay, is the cutscene over? Okay, let me finish the quest. Are you feeling at all recovered? I understand that your exertions were more than purely physical, but resting one's body, if only for a moment, is never without merit. As for Hermes, I think it unlikely he will create more Entelechy's. He poured much of himself into Meteon, and now she and her sisters are gone. Dissipated in his mind. The grief must be unbearable. He will blame himself. He will believe that, had he never acknowledged his dissatisfaction with the world, then the media would have never been born to suffer and die. The offer to join the 14 will be a welcome distraction, and one day hence he will face the advent of the final days in the role of Fandaniel. Okay. Let me get my complaints out of the way first. I have a problem with the setup of this plotline a little bit. I don't really like... There's two big problems I have. Number one, out of 10 worlds, all 10 worlds were dead or dissatisfied. Skipping over Meteon's interpretation of it, which I will get to. I think that sucks. Not because it's sad, but because it kind of, insofar as the evidence suggests the there is no point to life thing is kind of experimentally correct in this universe. Yeah, there were more than 10, whatever. If every other world suffered an awful existence and Medion, upon talking with everyone, was like, life sucks and is not worth leaving, that sucks. Like, that could be an interesting story. But there's not a lot of room, or there's not a lot of good non-hollow room for us to be like, but we believe life is worth living, and we are the most special world, and we are so cool and awesome. And it just kind of sucks. It's way more depressing than I think they intend for it to be, because I assume that by the end of this expansion, we'll be like, life is worth living. But when so many other worlds faced Oblivion, and we're like, Oblivion was a good call, actually, existence sucks, please make it stop. I think that's way more depressing than I think. They meant for it to be fucking depressing as hell. I get it. But any and all resistance feels like, you know the main character in a D&D group? And how they're like, I'm the main character, I'm so stoic and everything? Like, a little bit of a ring to that is going to come from everyone being like, but we have to save the world. And the problem is that pending some very good writing, they're going to have to dig themselves out of this very depressive hole. No, I get it. I also have clinical depression. Like, I get it. Oh boy, I get it. The story in isolation is fine and fascinating and oh so very fucking dark. But my immediate reaction is that the most optimistic way to take this is that if you live 1,000 years of life and the last year is hell, that does not nullify any happiness you experienced in the previous 999 years. If that's the way they take this story, that's going to be a very interesting reflection on everything. If the way they take this story is, but we believe that life is worth living, then I'm going to be mad. So we'll see where that goes with that. That's my big, like, bugbear of, like, I really hope that's not where they go with this. Complaint 2. What was my second complaint? What was going to... I had a second thing that I was like, about in this cutscene. I like a lot of it. Do I go to the positives now? I want to get that potential bugbear. Like, that's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm, like, squinting at as this story goes on. I think Emmett Selk is a fucking idiot. I think that, the build-up to the moment... I think Van Daniel and Hermes are both the worst part of everything they're in. I don't like Hermes... I don't like Hermes' characterization throughout this whole arc in the past. Okay, positives. That was fucking cool. I like Medion more as a cold, calculated thing. She dug a little bit too deep into, like, you all deserve to die, death is good for you, or whatever. She dug a little bit too emotional into it. But, like, her turn makes sense. It's just a touch of cosmic horror, which I like. It makes sense to me that is how she would react. I liked Emmett Selk's characterization in this. Besides him being a fucking idiot. That sort of last second twist on top of the dungeon was, like, very, like, weird and unnecessary to me, but whatever, that's a minor gripe. Bluntly, this is cool as fuck. This makes sense. I still don't know how I feel. I was told going into Endwalker that a lot of it was sort of a capstone to A Realm Reborn. And all of this final finishing moment thing feels super tangentially connected to A Realm Reborn. Like, in a way that I get it, but also isn't very satisfying to me. So as a story on its own, I like it a lot more than as the overbranching story of Final Fantasy XIV. Does it share like any themes or anything with Heavensward, Stormblood, or Shadowbringers? Well, with Shadowbringers, obviously. Well, the problem is that the themes in Shadow... Does this make... Do I like Shadowbringers worse in comparison? Worse now? I'll have to play through the story to find out where they go. But this kind of undermines Shadowbringers so far in a way to me. Where we're at level 87. I'm not... There's a lot of room for stuff to change. Sorry, I'm just flat out not reading chat at this point while I chew. The inherent meaning behind Shadowbringers that the parts of Shadowbringers that I liked in the most minute level was level 82, the hotel at the end of the world. You know, like living on and helping other people and the goodness in people's souls no matter what's going on. That message directly contradicts the 10 worlds being dead. Like that immediately. The 10 worlds being dead, unless they're going to do some bullshit to rewrite that, which I hope they don't, those two messages completely conflict. That sucks. Yeah, that sucks. I don't like how this moment is sort of making me look back on Shadowbringers, because it kind of... There were some words that Medion said which kind of implied that the denizens of all the world, even in their depths, were like, no, life is not worth living. She kind of implied that, like, she talked with people on some of them where they weren't fully wiped, or maybe, like, communicated with, like, the remnants of the ether or something, and concluded that, no, life sucks and everyone should die. The fact that the however many worlds she visited all were decimated supports that. That is cool. Placing that side by side with Shadowbringers, that sucks. That's where I'm at right now. That's my conclusion. I don't like those two things put next to each other. I don't like those two things put next to each other at all. Maybe there'll be some twist or some interesting facet of this as we go on to Endwalker. But right now, my thought process isn't, wow. This is something that I've had in the back of my mind that I've never explicitly said while playing Final Fantasy XIV. The experience of going through a story, in my mind, is just as important as the end of the story. So if I'm bored or dissatisfied with something in the moment, that still matters and negatively impacts the story, even if later on I'm like, this story is worth it. It's still a mark down. And right now, unless they twist this in some way that I don't see coming, which there's room for, maybe, I like Shadowbringers less right now, which kind of sucks. Okay, removing all thoughts on that, isolation, this story, Endwalker. That is very fucking depressing in a very cool way. I know I heap a lot of, like, spite on stuff, but this is fucking cool as hell. Like, oh my god, exploring the universe and finding a bunch of dead worlds and then being like, life is not worth living? That's cool as shit. it ties back. It kind of makes sense how Fandaniel is like, I want to die. I don't know how he reaches that conclusion again without knowing about Medion again. That's sort of like a little bit of a question mark. Maybe he just reaches the same conclusion, whatever. But like, it makes Fandaniel make a lot more sense in retrospect. He still sucked to experience, but it makes him make a lot more sense in retrospect, and I think that's cool. Talking with him itself and interacting with him and being like, how are you going to get to this villainous point? And then erasing his memory, while kind of a cheat, still very fucking cool, because I like this Emmett Selk. I still think he was a fucking idiot in the last, like, 5 minutes. I still think he's an irredeemable monster in the future, but it was cool to talk to and interact with him and, like, go from that sort of distrust. They did a good job of, like, building him up into a character I did like, even though I still distrusted him. The memory wipe is kind of a cheat to, like, sort of skip over any character building we've had. Essentially, Emmett Selk is a different person from the Emmett Selk that we experienced. You could argue that the Emmett Selk in Hitler Days we experienced is dead, or whatever, or however you want to view that. But, like, cool. I'm doubly curious. I want to go back and re-dig into every single fucking interaction we've ever had with Heidelin ever, because that's very cool to recontextualize all that. Like, she knows us, which is important and is cool. Her memory was not wiped. I'm sorry, I need something to fidget with. Hang on. I got a bunch of toy fake butterfly knives, and they are great fidget tools. Very satisfying to sort of flick them open and just sort of have fun with them. I'm not good with them or dexterous or anything, but they're great fidget tools. Yeah, that's sort of my general opinion right now. I'm very curious where we go. I don't really know, like... This raises a lot of questions. I still think that if they were planning this from the start, it would have been nice if Dynamis was just introduced as a concept before Endwalker, but fine, I can sort of skip over that, like, whatever. Shadowbringers was about defiance and insisting on the face of doom. Yeah, that's my point. Is that if 10 worlds... If every world that Medion ever find was dead and all the denizens of it were like, life sucks and not worth living, that contradicts the message of, like, defiance in the face of doom. You know? That contradicts the message of, like, kindness at the end of the world. Look, I immediately, as soon as Kairos came into play, I wrote... Look, I'm not saying I didn't see this coming to some level. Casually gonna pull up my notes, too. Let me see. Where are my notes? I need to open the file real quick. File, open, Endwalker notes. Let me point out the most important thing here. Let's see... Hey, look, everyone! Crazy how that gun is up on the wall. I wonder if it's going to go off by the third act. Like, it doesn't mean that it's not a little bit of a contrived, trope. Trope is the word I'm looking for here. But I don't hate it in the same way that I feel like I could. I think it's fine. I think it's kind of neat. As long as I'm a little, honestly, my biggest problem with it was Hitler saying, like, oh, it's said that when we return to the star, our memories return to us. That's kind of lame. Like, commit. Commit to the fucking bit. They don't remember this. Fucking go hard, guys. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's all kind of cool right now, you know? I'm into it. I have my complaints. currently, as it stands, we'll see how I feel in 30 hours when I finish this. I like Shadowbringers less right now, which sucks. But hopefully this goes some way that isn't just life is worth living. That's the only thing I'm going to be looking out for. If they do that, then I'm just going to get angry. I trust them not to, but I worry. Alright. What time is it, by the way? Oh, it's only 9:42. Okay, let's get back to the present. Should I write notes now? I almost feel like I should write notes now. No, I'll wait. I'll chill. Dekka, listen to me. Do you mind? Our duty now is not to denounce Hermes for his misguided determination, or to convince Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus that they have been deceived. No, we must instead ensure that the experiences Hermes sought to expunge are preserved. What remains in our memories alone will be our weapon against the final days. You must fight this battle in your age, and I in mine. Come, let us walk together once more. I will see you to the doors of the Papalion. Have you been noticing the quest titles? Honestly, I haven't been paying that much attention to them. Which of that sound? Follow, wander, stumble, listen. Eh? I don't know what I'm supposed to be reading into these, is the short answer. Isn't there a etherite back there? No. Oh, but I can fly now. Yeah, that's right. I did do all that prep, didn't I? That was live, die, and now. Look, I'm not saying it's a poetic title, but whatever. Like, there's a couple different things it could be alluding to, I guess. If they bring back Emmett Selk, I'm gonna be so pissed. Upon speed, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Alright. You know what? Let me go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. I forgot to mute my... Oh. I forgot to mute my microphone while I was going to the bathroom. I can only hope you didn't hear the toilet flush. Whoops. Alright. Well, let's do it.
So, it is within. The portal that brought you hither, and will take you home.
I meant to hide the camera. I just also meant to mute the mic. Perhaps I should stay and help? I know I won't, but I want to know what your reaction is.
I appreciate your sentiment. I truly do. But 'tis a very long game that we must now play.
Vanat, you clever... Oh, you clever little shit! I could be wrong. I could be reading into stuff. I won't be too disappointed if I'm wrong. I'm very curious. We have a second, we have a second gun on the wall I never thought about. The moon's a spaceship, huh? Huh, buddy? Oh, I wonder if that's... I'm not... Don't even put smilers in chat. I'm not looking. I'm ignoring chat for like the next 30 seconds while any smilers hopefully get spammed out. But,
And while you have maintained a stable presence here thus far, there are dangers in lingering over long. No. You must return to your own battlefield. Make use of the knowledge you have attained, that your days here and our friends' sacrifice be not in vain. With Meteion free to pursue her designs, 'tis only a matter of time until the final days are upon us.
Oh, shit.
We must be ready. From fortifying our defenses to securing our escape, there is much to be done. In spite of this, we cannot allow the report that set this calamity in motion to become common knowledge. Were the masses to learn the fates of the other stars, I fear the situation would spiral out of our control. I must carefully consider who can be trusted, and bring them into the fold. Ordinarily, I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. Were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe. Alternately, we might try to alienate him from the convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind who would be invaluable in the crises to come. Quite the dilemma. Which is why I must work independently of the convocation. Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. We must prove that mankind is worthy to exist. And this hinges, I think, on how we confront the all-consuming despair that accompanies a senseless and seemingly inevitable end.
Sorry, that's way louder than I think it is, isn't it? I'll stop fidgeting with it.
Bewildered and divided, we would perish like the peoples of those celestial ruins. We could not hope to survive the final days, much less take the battle to Meteon at her nest. We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead.
You know, if Meteon is ambiently singing a song, it could hit other worlds that also stand in defiance to her. So it's not just like everyone dies.
Heavy will weigh the burden of guiding this legion of souls. Yet I have faith in mankind's potential. As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve. So I will not give up on him. On us. You may find your world to be very different. Or perhaps the erasure of our friends' memories has sown the seeds of a conjunction between us. We cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path. And I pray you walk with me to the end. As you move forward, so too will I, as will all, resolved to fight for the morrow. And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair, we shall silence the song of oblivion. She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This I promise. Fare you well, my light of the future, till we meet again.
Anyway, back to Elidibus's corpse.
From this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Vandani.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, I wasn't expecting this.
Even now, I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame. Where stars fall as tears, and screams darken the seas. Where resignation rots the trees. Where terror twists magics into abominations. Such is the lament of they who have gone before. The song of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end. That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer Hope's creation. It is hopelessness incarnate. That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiark.
Oh, she's not there.
And
Okay.
covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days. Yet the cries echoed still. We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable. A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
This is all wrong. Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion. Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
We can't accept it. We won't accept it. It will be ours again. A world free of sorrow.
No, it will not. For there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness. No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
O mighty Zodiark! God, born of our boundless faith, we bid you, hear our prayer. Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old, the days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us. No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise. Henceforth, he shall walk. All is excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment. I birth a world of suffering to mire and plague. In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die? As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest. A quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured. To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To find joy, even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting.
Okay, I'll wait for the cutscene to finish, but just to say it out loud,
A
yes.
conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine.
Yes, I'm sure my comments about liking Shadowbringers Left tore y'all a fucking cinder knew what was coming.
When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then Shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age?
I kind of assume that's what she said in the start of this expansion, but whatever. Oh, I turned down the yeah, no, I heard the thing. I turned down the music during the boss fight and forgot to turn it back up. I turned down the game volume during the boss fight and forgot to turn it back up. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Seems like the type of thing I'll like more after I sleep on it. I don't know how I feel right now. Which is good. I don't give a shit. That's mean. I don't know the significance of the quest tiles. I'm trying to sort of dig down and sort of understand the underlying meaning here, because the mean interpretation of that scene would be that now I don't. Okay, let me sort of recount what just happened in my brain. We saw Vinat's thought process through the final days. People dying, half the world giving themselves up. The rest of the world wanting to sacrifice themselves, basically, to heal the world again. Which we know vaguely happened. If I remember correctly, something about how the way the history of the world that we know from Shadowbringers is like half the population gave themselves up to make Zodiark, and then a significant rest of the population gave themselves up to heal the world, basically, and bring it back into like a pre-ravaged state. I still feel a little bit confused about, like, So I assume that bit at the end was her making the decision to sunder Zodiac and sunder the souls of man. I wonder if they're going to play into or pay any attention to the parallels of Hermes and Medion. Medion deciding that the entire world needed to die and that was what was best for them. Hermes being like, we'll give mankind a test. And Venat's solution to that test being, I'll just make it so that everybody dies. But we as a species don't die. What do you think about that choice, knowing what you do now? Thou must live, die, and know. I don't know. I'm a little bit confused about which choice you're referring to. Venat sundered everyone so they couldn't Zodiac again. Yes. She sundered everyone because they were going to, like, basically sacrifice the rest of the world to bring back the people that died next. I think that's what happened. I mean, blunt. I don't know how I feel about the plot points here being all these other worlds destroyed themselves, and this world was definitely right about to destroy itself. I think the answers to this are on this. I mean, that's the. I hope the answers are in the rest of the quests. Yeah, I know how I feel about this. Wait. Let me save the 1,000 ether. Or 1,000 currency. Okay, inherently, I like Venat. Because my Jesus Christ! My worldview aligns with hers pretty decently. My worldview of the small things and small moments of happiness mattering, which immediately endeared me to her. The concept that the writers have set up, even as something that we're presumably going to overcome, because I assume the world doesn't end. I assume Dawn Trail isn't like, well, different timeline or whatever. I mean, it feels weird to me in small part because we might as well be a different star. This might as well not have happened in our past. Because everybody died. And everybody sundered. except for like 3 people, and all 3 of those people wanted to kill the entire world to bring back the Unsundered people. Like, we might as well have been another destroyed world. Like, the ancients, as a people, morally, have been written off. Yeah, I don't... Sure, whatever. They couldn't reassemble everything properly if we tried. Whatever. But, like, part of the point of it is that... Part of Venat's point almost seems like we even shouldn't try to bring the world back together. Trying to recreate what we lost will just lead to more suffering. Which I'm not against in principle, but the ancients, as a people, lost. Like, the apocalypse of the world was basically the same as whether or not Venat interfered or not. Like, what moral am I going to take from this? They got peace and death? You mean exactly what Medion wanted? Like, what? We're only on level 88-ish, so I think I'm supposed to take a lot more positive message from that scene than I am, though. I know that other people joined Venat and believed in Venat too, but they also gave their lives up to, like, the scene is heartbreaking. The moral is what I'm stuck on. Especially after Shadowbringers. I don't think... I complained about, liking Shadowbringers less. That scene did not fix it for me. Every story has a moral. Every story has, meaning and... More importantly, every story is a reflection on some way of how you view the world. Stories don't exist in isolation. Characters don't exist in isolation. Why is there more in the middle of the story? Yeah, I get it, Lex, but, we've... In the plot, all ties to that old world are gone. As it stands right now, Medion's plan might as well have succeeded, and we might as well be a completely different world from the Unsundered world. There is zero connection. As a people, as a moralistic backbone, as in anything, it's completely separate. It is the same sort of moment I have with every other world being destroyed and everyone thinking that life sucks and dying is good. Hell, it's... We sort of established and agreed that the Elpis was fucked as a concept. There was some also... head squints in chat about like people being like, my job is done, I'm happy to die now, this is morally good or whatever, which is like interesting when given the choice of death. Is it like half the world giving themselves up to bring forth Zodiac is extremely depressing, but extremely heroic. Just like this sacrifice of like sacrificing your own life so that one other like the concept of like, if I'm tied to a track, there's a lever next to me, and I can choose between me and another person dying or just me dying. Like, pull the lever. Like, yes. Good. Horrible. Sad. Fascinating. But inherently positive. That sacrifice being squandered by the people who were left afterwards. Fascinating. Interesting. Inherently depressing. How they're gonna twist this into anything else, I don't have a lot of confidence in. I don't know. I mean, is the nadir emotionally the story? Everything sucks. We're all sad. I guess there's the route for it of like, well, we're not all dead yet, so we're gonna strive for happiness in this moment as best as we can. Which I don't hate. I do like that. Like, as an inherent message. Like, yes, all these other worlds are doomed. Our world may one day be doomed in a barren rock, but I'm still here, goddammit. Do I think that's undermined just because the end, like... If I knew civilization was going to end in 5,000 years, would I still give a shit now? Yes. If I knew the world was going to end in a year, would I still give a shit now? I guess I've been viewing this kind of wrong because it's not like there's no connection to the past worlds. Sorry, I haven't been reading chat because I'm trying to process this. I'm wrong that there's no connection to the Uncentered world. Because essentially every one person got split into 13 souls and kept living. So it's still the same people. The implication that everyone in the world, a piece of their soul is descended from the last 25% of the population, that together, through like bad moral judgment, disaster, and calamity, we're going to destroy the world, basically, is weird. Is my biggest problem right now the problem of what gives us the right to live, but the Unsunder world deserve to die? Is that my big problem right now? My big problem with the end of Shadowbringers was Emmett Selk only giving way to us, only not killing us all when we proved we were physically stronger than him. A might makes right finale, which I despised. I despised as a moral to take from Shadowbringers, at least. Like, the moment was cool. Emmett Selk, as long as he remained an irredeemable bastard, would have been a fascinating villain. I don't think that this showing of him in the past makes him any less of an irredeemable bastard. I still hate his redemption in post-game Shadowbringers. There are ways to take this. Am I upset right now because I think the story is bad, or am I upset right now because we're in the low point of the story emotionally, and I'm sad just like the rest of the characters are sad? It can be 90% column B and like 10% column A. Alright, I'll read chat again. What's up? You assume it was only might? It fucking was. No, that I will fight about. Emmett Selk changed his mind when we were stronger than him and killed him. That I will fight about. That I will do violence about. If Emmett Selk died and found some sort of like solace in his death or his journey being over, that would be one thing. But Emmett Selk's death was explicitly like, just because of post-game Shadowbringers, just a tinge of like, you do deserve the world. And that's what I had a problem with. Because he was only convinced that the people living now deserve to live when we killed him. I think it cuts just the Venat stopped them before they sacrificed the main 25% of the population. Yes, but that still, like, morally is a huge blow against the Ancients. Venat stopped them, but they were still going to destroy the world. Morally, they failed as a people, which is why Venat sundered them. The Ancients, as a civilization, deserve to come to an end. Wrap it up. Because you hate the character and expect at least half of those you're aware of people enamored with him despite being a genocidal maniac. At least 20% of it is that. Only like 20%. I'll give you 20%. I will give you 20%. More that you were talking about the current world being 25% of the remaining souls of the ancient world. Yeah. And then we lost all obviously we lost all memories or became different people. Am I a different person? I think so, which basically means that every person who existed, like, I have a part of Azim in me, but I'm inherently different from it. If they pull some shit like Azim and I look exactly the same, I'm gonna be mad, but I'm gonna pray to fucking God not. Would that be cool? I would need to process it. I would definitely be upset on first reveal, but I would need to sleep on it. I was definitely way more positive about Shadowbringers after sleeping on it. And I haven't finished the story. I mean, I did finish Shadowbringers, and I think that this, right now, hopefully I'll like Shadowbringers again more later, but right now I like Shadowbringers less. Because of what this story is sort of pointing to. And maybe, morally, this will be more of a clever maneuver and like an interesting and like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that world perspective. That's so cool. And not just a bait and switch. I just feel like the intended response from that scene immediately after viewing it was supposed to be sad. And maybe after I watch the rest of the story, I'll be sad. But right now, immediately after that, watching that cutscene, I'm not sad. I'm a little bit confused and a little bit annoyed. And maybe when I have the whole view of the story, I'll like it better. But it's not, even in stories with twists, even in like murder mysteries where you don't know the twist until the end, the moral and meaning and what they want to do with the story is pretty consistent throughout. It's not like at the end of Knives Out, they were like, the Thrombies are good people, actually. No, they were fucking scumbags. I don't know how I feel. I was more positive on Elpis as a whole after sleeping on it. Maybe I'll be more positive about this series of events after sleeping on it too. Because I was very mean to Elpis while playing through it, and then I slept on it, and even like last stream I was very explicit about like I was mean about Elpis. I like everything that happened more now. Maybe I'll like this more later. Did you understand the significance of the song? No? I can't process everything that Vanat was saying and listen to the song at the same time. It's mostly recognizing which song it is. This is my least favorite way to engage with the story. Like, inherently, the moral the deeper meaning of the story, what all the characters are acting towards, what all the forces are driving for, is that life is worth living, is that we fight for happiness. That's a moral that I'm good with and that I'm happy with, in which I can see them building up towards. That driving... The reason I'm in such conflict right now is because I can see this building up. I can see where we're going with, like, the point of all this. And, like, what the creators want us to take away from this. it's possible they lean into fatalism. It's possible to have like an optimistic fatalism. We're all gonna die, but life is worth living anyway. It feels weird to say, though, that if we weren't gonna die, life would not be worth living. That would be... That feels like a damnation of mankind as a species, more than a praise of it. And I mean, it is a common refrain in a lot of other works, is like, death is what gives life meaning, the end of things is important. I'm not inherently a fan, not a fan of impermanence. I like little moments. I like little tiny things inherently, partially because they come and they go. Like that core root of fatalism, we're all gonna die, fuck it, we ball, is not one I inherently disagree with. I could have been reading too much into Medion's words. Medion's words kind of implied to me that all the dead worlds... Like, if Medion just found a bunch of dead worlds and then assumed from that life has no meaning, and now we're going to contradict that with the happiness and the impermanence, that is a way to take this that I would enjoy. I wouldn't be mad about that. But if the thing I picked up from Medion's words, which I may have falsely picked up, was sort of an implication that the peoples on those dead and dying worlds thought that life was not worth living, and the people of the unsundered world thought that their lives were basically not worth living anymore. They want to give up their lives to bring back a world which is different in my like heart, really, from like, there's the sacrifice of half the people to preserve the world, which is noble and good, but sacrificing yourself to inherently change the world feels bad, which is what Vanat's more... I'm coming around on this. Okay. No, I'm coming around to that. I can see a way where I like this, and it's not because of the song. Which is sorry, I know I've been sort of talking this out through, and I'm sorry, I'm trying not to read chat because I don't want to be like led on in my conclusions here as much as anything, which is, I know, very, very frustrating, I'm sure. I can see a way out of this where I will be happy and satisfied. The implication of the scene that I was taking away from it, which I think is wrong, was a sort of condemnation. I feel like that's mean. I feel like that's very mean. No, that just feels mean. I'm just trying to work my way through this story and be like, this is what I'm picking up from it, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. And I'm getting shit on a lot. And I'm setting this up in a very frustrating way where I'm like trying to work through it and kind of ignoring arguments because I know that y'all are leading me on to stuff which I will find out later, and I want to experience this story fresh, which is inherent, like, contradiction. It's sort of impossible for me to experience this story fresh and to engage with y'all and for y'all not to want to, like, drag me across the fucking coals. Like, I get it. It's probably very frustrating listening to me go through all this. Everything I'm saying with a... in my heart right now, my opinion on all this can change. I'm trying to work out my current position. And then if they change my mind later, I will be happy. And right now, I feel bad. Because I'm trying to work out my current position, and y'all are like, your current position is invalid and you're wrong. Why? You don't know yet, but shut up and stop thinking. That's mean. That's mean projecting on y'all. But like, I'm trying to think through this. This is my current opinions right now. Hopefully, when I get through to the end of this, I will have different opinions. And I'm being very mean to the story. And I'm sure that's very frustrating. But, like... the sauce doesn't have all the ingredients in it yet. And I'm still trying to cook. Put a little bit of faith in me that I'm not going to run off the diving board here. You know? Like, I'm still working it out. I'm figuring out how I feel right now. And I was just coming around to like, no, wait, I can kind of see what they're getting to here. I think I like this more. I think I like this more. My current opinion is very positive on this. Actually. The thing they're driving to here of like this sort of optimistic fatalism is not one that I'm against. It relies on a couple of things, which we'll get to. Maybe Medion's interpretation of these dead worlds was deeply flawed, and will address that. Maybe like will address what exactly does it mean that the Ascians, as a people with immortality, okay, I get what you're saying, Elix. You are right to a certain degree. I shouldn't like back paste on like, no, don't disconnect me, please. I promise I'm still here. I'm just thinking. I shouldn't like back paste on like, no, wait, I was cooking, because I was definitely being super negative. God damn it. This is so weird to click through. God damn it. No matter what, I'm more positive about this right now, but I'm not... as an MMO, Final Fantasy XIV is weird as fuck to experience with other people. Because with a movie, there's 2.5 hours. Like, I can start to feel weird about how a movie is going, but still, it's short, relatively short enough that my opinion on it can significantly change and snap over the course of those 2.5 hours, and I'll come out of it with the full experience in a short amount of time. As an MMO, I have to sit in the nadir of the story of all these moral complications where I don't have the full picture and think about it and try to drive meaning out of it because I enjoy the story and I want to think about it for weeks, months, years. Man, do I want to finish this game? Yeah, I do. I definitely do. I know, I'm gonna turn off this. I think there's an inherent sort of thing to acknowledge here of like the first time you watch a movie, you spend 2.5 hours, you get the plot, you get the structure of a plot as a whole, and then you can go back and dig into all the references and little nods and everything. But if you're an hour and a half through the movie, and someone sitting next to you starts pointing out, like that item on the back shelf is a oh, that's a callback, that's a reference to this other movie, you're gonna want to smack them in the head. Like, no, that's not the point right now. I'm still in the process of trying to understand the plot of Final Fantasy XIV as a whole. And y'all are past the end of the movie. You're in the point where it's like, I care so much about all these symbolism and references and stuff. All this stuff, which doesn't matter to me because I'm still trying to grasp the basic plot over like 2 years. So when I'm like trying to like sort of piece together the morality of like what's going on right now, and I'm trying to sort of figure this out over the course of like slow motion 2 years, and people are like, this is a reference to Final Fantasy VI. This song, were you listening to the lyrics? Did you get that? That's important. It's like, I'm still trying to, I'm not at that stage yet. I'm still working through this. There's a lot of story I need to get through before I get on the level where I'm able to engage with y'all with this story the way that you're engaging with it. I'm sure I'll get there. And I know I present a very negative thing. I'm very harsh on this game. But I'm way meaner to stuff I like more. I'm trying to be more outwardly positive towards it. I think last stream I did a decent job of being like, I was very mean about Elpis, but I'm liking Elpis a lot now. I don't like Fandaniel's I don't like what he's doing here. This all feels weird, but I like everything that's happening here. I'm trying to be more outwardly positive. But at the hour and a half mark in the movie, I'm like, that last minute was kind of rough and kind of confusing. Maybe 20 minutes from now, I'll be like, oh, I get it. I'm not shutting myself off from reinterpretation later, at the very least. But pointing out the action figure on the back shelf as a reference is not very... I'm being too mean about this. I'm being very mean about this. I like this, for the record. I'm having fun. Like, this is all very fun to me. I'm getting too caught up in this. I just paused the movie to make an argument before I even finished it. Like, goddamn, my own metaphor here really sucks. I'm gonna finish this quest at least. Impeccable timing as always. I've heard you were often the first as part of our efforts to investigate the final days. Well, as so often seems to be the case, while you were away, we've had some few developments, which we can discuss in just a moment. For now, however, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have you back. Okay. Now feels like a good stopping point. Well, alright. I'm just flat out not gonna wait out. I'm gonna go shell my Guilty Gear cards and I'm gonna think. After working through it, looking away from chat, and ignoring the fact that the song had lyrics that I didn't understand yet, I like the writing a lot more. I'm still meh about how Hermes and Fandaniel... I mean, we all know that Fandaniel as a character through like 85... Fandaniel, as we met him in the presence, was an insufferable asshole, and I don't think that this flashback recontextualized him. I also don't think, for the record, even though I liked how he was written, mostly I still think he was a little bit stupid at the end. I don't think that this flashback and meeting past Emmett Selk makes him not an irredeemable monster in Shadowbringer still. He's definitely more sympathetic, but I like that he is a sympathetic, irredeemable monster. I like that edge of fatalism to it. I will have more thoughts that I'll have to work through as we progress this story. Alright. Have a good night, everybody. I don't... Oh, wait, hang on. You know what? Yeah, we might as well go raid Nicole. I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow. I know I'm not streaming Thursday. I don't know if I'm streaming Friday. I'm definitely not streaming Saturday. Alright. I shouldn't. I have a lot of thoughts swirling around in my brain right now, but they'll be better sorted out after I get a night's sleep and stop. Like. And get through it. I'll be alright. Okay. I'm gonna think about everything that happened and probably compile my notes off stream. Go enjoy Nicole's stream and have a good night's sleep for those who go sleep. Alright. Toodles. And if you're still here, don't worry about it.